It's a beautiful day for remote learning, a beautiful day for a lesson. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a studently day in this beauty wood, a studently day for a lesson. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a student just like you. I've always wanted to teach in a classroom with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my student?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Miss Nichols' Neighborhood. It's me, your teacher, Miss Nickel, and I'm here with my best remote teacher helper, my sister Kayla Nickel. Hello. Hi. Today's math lesson is all about measurements again. In the last lesson video, we talked about length, measuring an object from side to side, how long or short it was. Today, we are talking all about height. Okay? Height is a measurement or distance of something from bottom to top, or top to bottom. So instead of measuring across, side to side, today we're measuring up and down, top to bottom, to find out about the height of objects. Let's go ahead and make sure we're comfortable saying height. Want to get us really comfortable with this, okay? I'm going to say height, and I'm going to ask that you say height. Ready? Height. 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 Good. One more time. Height. 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 Awesome job. The measurement or distance of something from bottom to top, or top to bottom. Up and down, measuring something. Up, down. Just like you go maybe to the doctor's office and they take your height, how tall you are from bottom to top. Okay? To describe height, we are going to be using some words. We're going to be using words like taller. This flower is taller. Has more height to it. Taller. Let's make sure we're comfortable with that word, okay? I'm going to say taller, then I want you to say taller. Ready? Taller. Gaga. Good. Taller. Gaga. Taller. Good. We're going to use the word taller to describe the height of objects. Another word we'll need to be comfortable with is shorter. Okay? This flower is shorter. It's not as tall. Not as much height to it. It's shorter. So I'm going to say shorter. Then I'm going to ask you to say shorter. Ready? Shorter. Shorter. Good. One more time. Shorter. Shorter. Good. And finally, a word you might hear today is same. Some objects might have the same height. Okay, meaning they're the same amount of tallness or height. Okay, so today, all about height, measuring from bottom to top, using words like taller, shorter, and same. Awesome, I'm feeling more comfortable about it already. Let's go ahead and look at our first example. Here, they've given us 1, 2 flowers that we need to compare, okay? Just like I did with length in the last lesson video, I'm going to show you an extra helper step you might want to use during your learning packets to help you see the different, or maybe the same, heights of objects. So, to measure the height of something, I make sure they're lined up at the bottom. Oh, random. So I draw a line at the bottom. Their starting measurement at the same place. Then, start with this flower. I measure up. See the distance. There, that flower only grew to be that tall. So I'm going to draw a line across the top so I see the height of that flower is to there. I'm going to do the same thing for this flower. Start at the bottom, measure all the way up to the top. That flower measures that tall. So I'm going to draw a line right there to help me see its measurement, its height.
Ooh.
Now, looking at these two flowers, I see this flower has the height of here. That's where the line is. This flower has a height up here. That's where its line is. Are the heights the same? Are the lines in the same spot?
No.
No. Since they're not the same, that means we're looking at different heights. Okay? One flower is taller, one is shorter. Okay? Do you think you can help me out with that, Kaylee?
Good.
Which flower is taller? We need to circle the taller object. Yes, that flower is taller. Has more height, more distance between bottom to top. So we circle that flower. Nice job. If that flower is taller, which flower is shorter? Not as much height. Yes, very good, Kaylee. That flower is shorter. It's not as tall. Only grew to be this tall. It's shorter. So we put an X on that flower to say it is shorter. Nice job. We've warmed up, gotten familiar with the words height, taller, shorter, same. We're going to continue this practice of circling the objects that are taller, putting an X on objects that are shorter, and underlining objects when they're the same. We're going to come back with our next two problems. We're back with our next two problems. Let's look up here at problem number 2. I see we have 2 trees that we are going to compare the height or the measurement of them from bottom to top. We'll see if they're the same height or different height. And if they're different, we're going to find which one is taller, which one is shorter. Ready? I'm going to show you my extra helpful steps. If you don't need them on your learning packet, that's okay. I like to start out by drawing a line at the bottom to help me see. Okay, this is the bottom. This is where we start measuring the trees. So, I draw a line across. Yep, starting at the bottom. Now I'm going to start with this first tree. Measure bottom all the way to the top. The very top of the tree. That's where I draw a line to show that's the height of the tree. That's how much it grew. That's its height, how tall it is. Okay? Then I look at the next tree. Once again, measuring bottom all the way up to the top. I stop. I'm going to draw a line across to help me see. That's the height of that tree. That's how tall that tree grew. Now, looking at the lines, do they match up? Are they the same place? Or are they in different heights? Are they the same place or different? Different, yes. I don't know if you can see that, but Kayla's signing different. Very good. They're different heights. This tree grew all the way up here. This tree only grew to here. Those are different heights. Since they're different, Kaylee, can you help us out by finding the tree that is taller, has more height to it? Yes, this tree over here is taller. It went more height to it. It's taller. So I'm going to go ahead, circle that tree. There's more distance between the bottom and the top. It's taller. Good. If this tree is taller, which tree is shorter, Kaylee? Not as much height to it. Which one? Yes, that tree is shorter. Not as much height to it. Not as much distance or space from bottom to top. Since it's shorter, I put an X through it. That tree is shorter. Nice job. Hopefully we're starting to get into the routine and seeing how we measure the height of the trees or the object. We circle objects that are taller, put an X on objects that are shorter. And we haven't needed it yet, but we're going to remember, if objects are the same height, we'll underline them. Okay, do we feel ready for the next problem?
Yeah.
Sure. Make sure you're doing your best to follow along at home. Make sure you're answering along, then double checking your answer as Kaylee and I do it, okay? Okay, looking at our next problem, problem number 3, I see we have 2 buckets that we have to compare the height of them. Once again, I like to draw some extra lines just to help us see the height of these objects. So, to start with comparing height, I'm going to draw a line across the bottom, measuring from the bottom to the top. Just like when you go to the doctor and start counting your inches upward. Okay? Then I'll start with my first bucket. Let's measure it. See how tall it is or what the height of it is. Starts at the bottom, goes all the way up to there, the very top of the bucket. I'm going to draw a line across the top so I see its height easily. Okay? Nice. Now, let's look at the next bucket. Here it is on the bottom. Let's measure it all the way up to the very top of the bucket. Measuring all the way up to the top. Yes, that's the highest, most tallest part of it. That's the top of it, the height of it. We're going to put a line there to help us measure. Help us see the height. Okay, are buckets looking like the same height? Do the lines match up? Or are they different heights? Sign up tall so you can see it. Different, yes. This bucket's line is here, but this bucket's top line is all the way up here. Those are different spots, different heights. Since they're different heights, we have to find out which bucket is taller, which one is shorter. Kaylee, can you help me out?
Yeah.
Okay, which bucket is taller?
Huh?
Which bucket's taller? Yes, right there. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that bucket. It's taller. More measurement from bottom to top. More distance from bottom to top. Good. If that bucket's taller, which bucket's shorter? Yes, that bucket's shorter. It's only this tall. Not as tall as that bucket. This bucket is shorter. So we're going to go ahead, put an X through the bucket. It's shorter. Nice job. We had some practice comparing heights. On these problems, all the sets of objects had different heights. So we found the taller objects and the shorter objects. We're going to continue with this when we come back. We're back with our next 2 problems. Let's go ahead and look at problem number 4. Here we have some watering cans. We need to compare or describe or see about the height of these watering cans. Again, an extra step I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and draw a line along the bottom to help me see. Yep, they're lined up. I'm okay to start measuring them. For height, we measure from bottom to top. Let's look here at this can. Start at the bottom, measure up to the very top part of the bucket, probably the watering spout. I'm going to draw a line across to show this is the height of this bucket. Distance from bottom to top. Now let's look at the next watering can. I'm going to start at the bottom, measure all the way up Keep going till the most highest part, right there, is watering spout. So I'm going to draw a line across. Help me see the height of that watering can. Now, looking closely, are these lines the same or are they at different heights? They're different heights. If they were the same line, it would be one line together. These are two separate, very different lines, meaning different heights. Since they're different heights, we can now find a taller watering can and a shorter watering can. Want to help me out, Kaylee?
Yeah.
Okay, which watering can is taller? Yes, that watering can is taller. More distance from bottom to top. So I'm going to circle that watering can. Yes. Okay, if that watering can is taller, which watering can is shorter? Not as tall. Which one? Yes, that watering can is shorter. So put an X through it. It's shorter. Only this tall and shorter. Nice job. We compared the watering cans, found they were different heights, found the taller one and the shorter one. Let's move on to our next problem. Problem number 5. Ready? Okay, I'm going to start by drawing a line along the bottom because we start measuring along the bottom for height. That way I know they're lined up. I'm okay to measure their height. It wouldn't be fair if you're measuring from different places. Okay? Now I'm going to start at this first shovel and I'm going to measure up. Let's see. Going up, very top of the shovel, right there, I'm going to draw a line across to help me see its height. That's how tall it is, how much distance there is from bottom to top, its height. I'm going to do the same for the next shovel. Maybe you're already thinking you know what it is. That's okay, let's double check it. Start from the bottom, go up to the top, the most top, highest part. We're going to stop there, draw a line. Oh, cool. It's kind of like the lines connected because they were in the same spot. The lines lined up. So does that mean they're different heights or the same height? They're the same. Look, bottom's the same, top's the same. They're the same height. They line up or measure the same. Nice. Well, I know we haven't had this problem really quite yet, but since they're the same height, we don't have to find which one's longer or shorter. They're the same. We just have to draw a line underneath them, underline them. I kind of already did, but I'll do it again. Just say, hey, these shovels are the same height. Nice. Great job. We've had lots of practice finding the taller, shorter objects, and even recognizing how some objects are the same height. Kaylee and I are going to come back with our last 2 problems for this lesson video.
Okay.
We're back with our last 2 problems for this lesson video. Make sure you keep following along, trying your best. That way, when it's time for you to do your learning packet, you're ready to go, ready to do the height problems independently, or best you can, okay? Let's look at problem number 6. I see we have 2 flowering pots. Again, here's an extra step I like to do. It's okay if you're like, look at this, I already see the heights. That's fine. I just like to do this extra step just in case, okay? I like to start by drawing a line along the bottom to make sure we're doing fair measurement. Measure from the same bottom spot, okay? Then I'm going to start with this flowering pot. Measure from bottom all the way up to the top. Keep going. Yes. When I get to the top, the highest part of the watering can, the flower pot, I'm going to draw a line across to help me see This is how tall this flowering pot is. I'm going to do the same for the next flowering pot. Start at the bottom, measure up, draw a line across the most top or highest part. That's the height of that watering can. Now, are the lines matching? Are they lined up that they're the same height? Or are they in different spots because these flowering pots are different heights?
Okay, sorry.
Different. Good job, Kaylee. Yep, this line's up here. This line's down here. Different spots, different heights. Since the flowering pots are different heights, we need to find which one is taller and which one is shorter. Do you want to help me out, Kaylee?
Yeah.
Okay, which flowering pot is taller? More height. Yes, that flowering pot is taller. The line is up higher. There's more distance from bottom to top. It's taller. So I'm going to go ahead, circle the flowering pot. Nice. Next, let's look at this flowering pot.
Ooh.
If this one's taller, where's the shorter one, Kaylee? Yep, that's the shorter flowering pot. It's only this tall. Not as tall as that one. It's shorter. So we put an X through that flowering pot. It's shorter. Nice job on that problem. We found the flowering pots had different heights. Found the taller one, found the shorter one. Now it's time for our last problem, where Kaylee and I are going to give you lots of think time to kind of challenge and push you to try your best to solve it, okay? And double check your answers with us.
Right.
Let's go ahead and look here at our last problem, number 7. Okay, we have 2 books. I'm going to help with the extra steps. I like to draw a line along the bottom.
I do it.
Like to draw a line along the bottom. Make sure we're pretty much starting measurement at the same bottom starting point. Then we measure bottom all the way up to the top. I'm going to draw a line along the top part of the book. That's the height of that book. Okay? I'm going to do the same for the other book to help you kind of see it, okay? Start at the bottom, measure up to the top. The most top part, I'm going to draw a line across the top so we can see the height of that book. Nice, about right there. Now, Kaylee and I are going to give you lots of quiet time. You think about, are these books the same height or different height? If they're different height, which one's taller, which one's shorter? We'll give you some quiet time to think about it. Okay, you've had some quiet think time. Please pause us if you need more time. Okay, keep that answer in your head. We're going to help you double check it, okay? So we saw the heights of these books. Are the lines for the heights the same place or different spots? They're different. This line's down here. This line's up here. Those are different spots, so we have different heights. Since they're different heights, which book is taller, Kaylee? Yes, that book is taller. So we go ahead and circle it. Nice. And if that book's taller, which one is shorter, Kaylee? Not as much height. Yes, right there. So we put an X through that book. It's shorter. If that's what you got at home, yes, amazing, great job, okay? If you didn't quite get it, that's okay. You can have more practice in your learning package, double check what you did, rewatch the lesson video. Just keep trying your best, okay? So what I want you to remember from this lesson, we talked all about height, the measurement or distance of something from bottom to top. When things have different heights, you can find the taller one and the shorter one.
Cool.
Keep up the good work. Keep practicing. Just try your best and have a great rest of your remote learning day. Bye, everyone.
Take care.